Welcome, everybody. Anthony here with the Bulbaritos. And I'm ready for another live stream. Ladies and gentlemen, forgive my hair. It is super early in the morning. And man, the madness has been insane. Man, my hair looks like absolute trash. All right, sorry about that. Not camera ready. I'm not as beautiful as some of our members, but 100%, ladies and gentlemen, I am so excited today, regardless of how I look. We are going to be starting a brand new series, ladies and gentlemen. It is called Raiders of the ARK. Those of y'all who know me, know the channel, and have been around long enough, know that one of my absolute favorite game modes inside of Rise of Kingdoms is the Ark of Osiris or the Osiris League, whichever you're really into. So the whole purpose of this series, guys, is it's gonna be kind of an interview based series where we are gonna be interviewing some of the top echelon players in the Osiris League, along with Ark of Osiris as well, the leaders, the players who make it all happen, you know, all that kind of stuff. Get behind the player kind of interview type things, what their favorite foods are, get to learn more about them, their alliance, let them talk about some stuff. I'm not going to reveal super secret stuff and all that kind of stuff, but just so y'all get to know the players behind the city, you know, and that's ultimately what I want to do. Highlight players present and past. We're going to be interviewing them. I do have plans on trying to do this weekly, at least once a week. It is a series that I think y'all would love and be interested by. I do have some questions written down, guys, but I will let y'all know how we're going to do the format. So the format is we are going to introduce our guest. Then we will proceed in with some kind of warm-up questions. We're going to follow it up with some fast-hitting questions where it's kind of like a one-word answer kind of deal. And then we'll get into the nitty-gritty at the very end. The answers are going to take a little bit longer. If y'all have questions for our guest, you definitely post them in the live chat. I won't immediately answer them, guys. I won't immediately ask them. It'll probably be towards the end segment of it, but I will scroll all the way back up to the top, and any questions that are actually quality, I guess you would say. Hey, night. Welcome to the Thick Burritos. Welcome. Appreciate it. Thank you for becoming a member. And there it is. I took off the audio that way the interview doesn't get. Normally there's like a song and stuff, but I didn't want to interrupt the interview with all this loud music just in case we have subs and stuff like that. So it'll be a little bit different this time. But ladies and gentlemen, like I said, put your questions in the chat. I don't have a built-out overlay. Eventually I do. Eventually I will. And I will have, you know, some players that may want to be like on a Zoom call that we can show video of both, but I don't want to pressure everybody. This is our first one. So I am going to put it on our intermission screen. That way you can see the chat flying. Please do not say inappropriate stuff, my dudes and my gents and my ladies, because I will I will drop the hammer very quick because this is live. So it is a little bit riskier, but I like the engagement with our community, and I do firmly believe. So mods, if you're here, keep a close eye on it. If you do need to time people out, ban them, do whatever you need to do. I don't normally suggest that, but it is a live interview, and I don't want people to take it way out of left field. So Brian Scholes, welcome to the Thick Burrito Gang. Make sure, ladies and gentlemen, if you're new members, if you're not on our Discord, go on our Discord, link up your YouTube and your Discord if you haven't already. That way you can unlock those emojis. We also have the code channel for merch discounts on there as well. So definitely go and enjoy. So ladies and gentlemen, like I said, we're going to go to the intermission screen. Today's guest, I am so excited for those of y'all who don't know who he is. What rock have you been living under? We are going to be talking with John Wick today. picking his brain. No, we're not gonna be. We're gonna ask him some questions. We're gonna ask him some other things. We're not gonna ask for the secret sauce, the burrito secret sauce, or anything like that, guys. But if y'all have questions like that, let me know. We're gonna find out his favorite foods. We're gonna find out what he's passionate about, secret talents that he may have. We're gonna find out a lot of stuff that y'all wouldn't see if y'all didn't know outside of the game, which is ultimately what I want to find out, because I love good people and wanting to meet good people. So he is good people. And for those of y'all who don't know, before we switch the screen over, guys, and then we start trying to figure out the Discord call and all that kind of stuff, tomorrow, John Wick and I will be dual casting the Snow versus SFS match. So do not miss it, guys. It's his first cast, so we're going to have some fun. We're going to have some drinks. We're going to have the Wick wheel. So we have John Wick sayings that he does say in the movies that we will be spinning, and then John Wick himself is going to have to incorporate those sayings into the cast, into his portion of the cast. So it should be really fun tomorrow, guys. Just come hang out with us, have a good time. That's all we're here for, guys. So without further ado, let me make sure before we start the interview and that kind of stuff, guys, let me know about the audio. I am going to play some music underneath. That way it's not quiet. But I want to make sure that his voice comes through very clearly. Okay. All right. Welcome, everybody. Like I said, ladies and gentlemen, my wife and I are variety streamers streaming mobile games such as Rise of Kingdoms all the way to first-person shooters such as Call of Duty and everything in between. So if you like that kind of content, definitely consider subscribing to the channel if you haven't already. If you want to become a member, we'd love for you to become a part of the Thick Burrito gangs. And ladies and gentlemen, smash that like button, hit the bell icon, select all so that you get notified every single time we go live. And if you like this community and you love it and you can't get enough of it, we'd love for you to hop on our Discord, hang out with the over 400 people that we have on it already, representing over 100 alliances within Rise of Kingdoms. And it's absolutely insane, guys. Thank y'all so much for all the tremendous support. And guys, y'all ready? I know I am. If the stinger doesn't work, guys, I apologize. I have to relink some stuff. I had to switch over a couple things. But either way, it don't matter, fam. We're going to have a good old time today. All right, here we go. There you go. So it didn't come up. Let me see. Give me 1 second. I'm going to see if I can. Properties. Bros. I'm going to see if I can fix that real quick. Well, maybe I'll just, you know what? We're going to be on this screen for so long. I'll just fix it after the stream. I'm not really worried about it. All right. Let me fire up a little musica. Y'all know what we're going to. Come on. Those of y'all who are new to the stream, y'all haven't heard. Y'all don't hear stuff like this. So we're about to culture some people here. Like I said, fam, if you have questions, make sure you post them in the chat. You'll see the chat rolling right underneath the picture. Let me switch it real quick so that we're showing the Osiris League over here. Boom. Let's go here. Leave this just like that. Boom. Looking purty. Looking purty, ladies and gents. All right, let me catch up in chat real quick. Then by time that comes around, it should be around 14 UTC, which is when I told John Wick that we would be starting. So let me catch up in chat real quick and then we will fire it up. Steve-O MF Burrito, my dude, what's going on? Wick Gaming, hey. Hi, it's 8 a.m. Silver, it is 8 a.m. here. Yeah, it's 8 a.m. But we went to go buy, so it's a little bit messy in the back, and the reason I look all crazy is I went and did my Black Friday shopping last night. So I bought my brand new TV, and I'm gonna have to mount a TV up here, a screen. So we're adding more to the room right now. So I'm gonna be doing all that stuff either today or tomorrow sometime. And yeah, man, we got the new. We didn't get the PlayStation. We didn't get the PS5 or the Xbox Series X, unfortunately. But I did buy and purchase and download the new Call of Duty, which I'm going to be playing probably tonight with the wife. We're going to be playing some zombies, maybe some multiplayer, kind of mix it up. but she's a real big zombies player, so we might go play and yell and scream and die a lot, and we'll figure it out. But it should be a lot of fun, guys. So professional. What's going on? Well, if my overlay would work, it would look even better. Or not the overlay, the transition, it would work. It would look good. Bulba, good morning. What's going on, Chill? Chillsy. Abel. Que pasa? Que pasa, Mufasa? You know what I'm saying? H-Town out here. Nah, H-Town, you gotta save your brewskis for later, my friend. Silver Eye, let's see. What game is that? I'm ready for some burrito questions. All right. All right. Good people and good food. Yeah. I love it. Yep. I have so many questions for this man. Let's go. Where's John Wick? All right. Let's do this. Let's do this. Let me get in Discord real quick. Let me see what channels John is in. Actually, oh no, because that's a voice call. I don't want to be on a voice call. Let me see. You know what I just thought about too? Hey, John, I'm going to hop in community chat. We're going to try it there. We're going to try it there. If we have a bunch of people hop in, then I may just make us a separate channel. But we'll try it there first. All right, so I'm going to hop in. All right, John, I'm in the community voice chat on the Discord. Let's go. H-Town. Ken. Haven't even bought the case of beer yet. Mm-hmm.
Can you hear me?
Oh, I can hear you. All right, give me 1 second. Let me see if the chat can hear you. Let me see. Let me see. All right, Mr. John. Say hi to the chat real quick.
Hi, everybody. Can you all hear me?
Can y'all hear him? Is the audio clear? The music's not too high? Y'all let me know before we dive in, guys. In which kingdom you are? I'm in kingdom 1399, fam. We can hear, yes. Coming in soft. Is it soft, Ovi? Or is he... Sounds good?
Test.
Test.
The audio.
Yeah, I just need to make sure he's coming in. He's coming in good. Yeah. Okay, good. All right, cool. Well, ladies and gentlemen, let me start off with introducing our guest. If you don't know this man, I don't know what rock, literally, ROK, what rock you've been sleeping under. He is one of the best ARK runners that we've seen in the game, ladies and gentlemen. A champion in the Osiris League. You know, he's in one of the top alliances in the entire game, OV. They're going to be competing tomorrow to see if they can knock out their competitors and make it into the championship match, guys. So we're going to wish them all the luck. But without further ado, ladies and gentlemen, I want y'all to welcome a welcome to John Wick. Welcome, buddy.
Hi, everyone. Thank you for having me on your channel. I really appreciate the opportunity.
Yeah. Nah, man, there's so many questions, dude. I can't even tell you, man. There's very few players that I legitimately would love to pick, like, just to pick their minds. And we won't get into the nitty gritty. We're gonna find out a little bit about you. We're gonna ask you some questions. Some are just game related. Some are more like personal, like food and stuff like that. But man, I'm so excited. Have you enjoyed the season, the Osiris League season this year?
Yeah, I mean, it's been amazing. It's very different from season 1 and season 2 because of the level of the teams, the high skill level. Many teams have been improving during the past 2 seasons. Everything has been different. There have been a lot of surprises. The matches are really close. There have been no sweeps between the teams, so no teams winning by 20k points and things like that. So yeah, so far it's been very exciting.
Yeah, I totally agree with you. This season's probably been one of the hardest seasons to call because the competition is just, people are taking it more serious. I know a lot of teams that actually like video each lane from a match. So they have like 3 people monitoring and videoing lane specific stuff on teams. And I'm just like, dude, that's like professional sport type stuff where you're watching tape on people, you're watching your tape back, you're developing strategies to beat a specific team. Like, it's no longer like, all right, let's load in the game, we're better, we're gonna win. I'm just like, it's just been, there's so many upsets this season. We even talked about it, even the top 4 outside of OV, I don't think anybody predicted the other 3 to potentially be in these top 4. It's nothing against the teams, I don't think anybody predicted it, man.
Yeah, I mean, there have been, as I said, a lot of surprises, but that's what a competitive team is all about. There is a lot of practice. There are people filming the match to watch and re-watch it until you are completely tired, and to spot all of the weak points in your strategy. And yeah, that's basically how it works.
Dude, all right. So we'll get into the nitty gritty, ladies and gents. I know that y'all are anxious. That we already got a couple of questions for you, but we're gonna save those for the very, very end. All right. First and foremost, the first thing I'm gonna ask: why did you choose John Wick as your in-game name?
So at beginning, it was not my in-game name. Back in 2018, I think October. Mm-hmm. My name was Fortune, like means luck in Latin, because I'm Italian, as some of you may know already. And I started with Rome. And yeah, then I got into watching these John Wick movies, and I've always been a fan of this Keanu Reeves actor. I mean, man is great. So I just decided to change my name to create a character for myself.
I love it.
And I think if it wasn't for my name, I would be much less known on the game. I think also the name John Wick gave a boost, but I kind of didn't want that. It came automatically. We had fun on the game. People started writing to me, and of course, everybody in the world know who Keanu Reeves is, and this gave a boost to the Alliance and to the Kingdom. It was just fun.
That's awesome, dude. Yeah, no, trust me. I'm always interested by some of the name choices because some people have some real creative names, but John Wick it's just real simple, straight to the point. And then definitely with the team with OV, dude, it was just, y'all had such a great team. And then with the ARK pools and the crazy, the madness when y'all were doing y'all's championship run, it just drew a lot of attention, man. And that's pretty cool. And that's what I love. That's what I absolutely love about y'all's team. Gambit, I talk to Gambit all the time. I was super excited when Gambit told me, he was like, yeah, I went to OV, and I'm like, yes. I was so, because Gambit's good people, and so I know y'all would take care of him, and he wouldn't go there if he didn't feel the same. So, I'm excited for y'all, and that's for sure one of the most exciting parts about everything. So, all right, I have this just so y'all know. It's out of the frame. It's less professional than next time, but I will type this up next time. But I wrote down all the stuff that I'm gonna ask him. All right, what kingdom did you start the game in?
Actually, Kingdom 52 back in October 2018 was the kingdom where I started in.
Loyal to the end, baby. I love it. I love it. Yes.
My home kingdom since the very beginning.
You don't see that. You do not see that anymore, guys. For those of y'all who are new to the game, migrating has become one of those things that I don't know very many players that haven't done it. There's probably like some from JWN, stuff like that, but a lot of people, I would say probably like 80% of the people who play Rise of Kingdoms have at least migrated at least once. So to hear it's his home kingdom where he started everything is just proof is in the pudding, guys. There's several kingdoms that are like that, where they're just lifers. You know, they're gonna be 52. You know, ride or die. They're gonna be wherever they're at. They're gonna be ride or die. So that's awesome to see.
Yeah, I mean, as you said, there are not many teams that stick around together to play together for such a long time. I'm playing with these people from almost 800 days. I mean, half of the team is the original team from season 1. So it's amazing that we play from such a long time together, and I think this is one of the biggest strengths in our team.
Yeah. Dude, we have okay, so the wifey came in. The wifey came in and she was like, "All right, in chat, you have an Italian question. You should read it." And I'm like, "I don't even speak Italian, so I'm going to completely butcher this question." I don't know if you're watching the stream. It's from
basically he's saying the MILF Hunter.
Yeah.
Oh, nice name, by the way. For John.
Wait. Real quick. Read it in Italian and then translate it for us, because you're going to sound much smoother than I'm going to sound.
Yeah, I said, "Ma che cazzo stai dicendo? Sei italiano?" Yes, it basically said, "What the fuck are you saying? Are you Italian?" And yeah, yes, I am. Actually, I am Italian.
I love it. Oh, man, that fits so well with our brand. The burritos coming in thick with a question. I love it. That's so good. Oh, man. All right.
Yeah, you probably recognize my accent.
I love it.
I have pretty heavy Italian accent in my English, so
Hey,
as every Italian.
it's all right. It's all right. I love. That's one of the very few places in the world that I told my wife, like, if we're gonna go correct, because I want to be in Italy and Greece, and we want to float between those two for a good couple weeks. So, and that's probably not even enough. But I told her, I'm like, that's my dream destination, because I primarily focused on architecture as a study when I first started college, and went through four years out of the 6 before I ended up switching to go, move with my wife, which was out of the state. So I ended up having to switch careers. But here we are, and I fell in love with architecture and the history, and I'm a nut for history. Like, I love everything about Rome and Italy, and I won't even get started there, guys, because that would be a whole other stream right there. I can promise you that. But yes, I was so excited when you told me that. Just the food, I could go and just go in a food coma for 3 weeks in Italy. Like, I promise you, I would be a happy man doing that. But all right, I found this out yesterday randomly from you. So I'm gonna let the chat in on it. What's a secret talent that you have that a lot of people would never guess that you do?
On the game?
No. Just in personal life. In your personal life. What's you told me about it yesterday, and it blew my mind, and I was so amazed by it.
Well, in real life, I am a musician. I am a classical musician. And I think that this aspect of my life built in myself some sensitivity to a lot of topics. For example, one of the rules that we have in our alliance, first, before everything else, is to respect the fact that behind the screens there are humans. There are
Agreed.
people playing. There
Agreed.
are real people. So the first rule is to be nice with one another. And I think this aspect of my life, being a musician, being sensitive to music and to art in general, made me very attentive to this kind of topic.
Yeah. He John told me that yesterday. He was like, "Oh, I just came out from a rehearsal," and I was like, "Rehearsal?" And we were just chatting, just outside of the chat, and he told me that, and I was just like, hell yeah. I was so excited. I was like, yes. Nobody would guess that. Nobody. I promise you, there was nobody that would guess that. And I loved it, because I love classical. My wife not so much, but I love classical music like that. What kind of Riri asking what kind of music? Well, he said classical
music. Yeah, classical music. I'm orchestral player mostly. I play also some chamber music, solo music, but mostly I play in orchestra. And I can compare the strategy in ARK, like building a strategy in the ARK of Osiris to listening a Shostakovich symphony, maybe, if that makes sense for some of you.
For most it will. Some will probably understand that, and that's kind of interesting that you compare the two, which is very, very unique, because a lot of people, I would say, would probably compare the ARK to like a sport, like football. I'll say football for my EU peeps, because I already know they're gonna get triggered if I say soccer. So football or similar sport. Yeah, I know where it's at. Trust me. And I know how I love football. Just the fans, like a lot of Americans don't understand that. You guys, if you've never been to a professional football game, it's absolute insanity. Like, I'm talking like loyalty beyond loyalty. The fans are jumping, the stands are bending. Like, there's things that you just, songs for a chance for everything. Like, nothing could be going on, and there's chants and beer splashing everywhere, and you'll just, it's a lovely thing to see, guys. Football, yeah, Riri knows what's going on.
Yeah, speaking about this topic, I mean, there is a potential, in my opinion, for this game to become an esport. If set up properly, there is a big potential, like the Invitational, If they adjust the game mode somehow, it has a good potential to become something more, just a game mode inside the game.
That's interesting that you actually bring that up, because that's one of the things that eventually we were gonna, I guess now we can actually talk about it. So these were the hard-hitting questions that I was gonna save towards the end, but now that you brought it up, we're gonna dive right into it. All right, so what is one thing, sorry about that. Top 3 things that you would like to see added to the Osiris League.
Well, as Osiris League is a tournament, and it has some rewards, so it's a reward-based tournament. I think that the top thing that I would love to be added to this game mode is leveling up the field for everyone. In which sense? You have seen the rules of the Invitational tournament, so we had all the same amount of troops, everybody had the same amount of commanders, all the commanders were maxed, so you had the possibility to actually choose whatever commander you needed, and basically in this way the field is leveled up. But what about this feature was introduced from the very beginning of the Osiris League? So every alliance actually has a chance to compete for the top spots, even not having like 30 VIP 17 players, or having the top commanders, or having the troops you need and not playing with T4, just playing with T5. I think the game will be much more interesting, and we will have a lot of surprises, maybe having some small alliance coming up at the top. This is the first feature I would have loved to be introduced.
Okay. Yeah, no, I definitely agree with that. We made a whole video about, how to potentially do that. I think the main thing that I drew from that last time when they did the Invitational was, I felt like I wanted them to level the field. Like, with that's already a given. Like, all commanders should be open to everybody. The only thing that I didn't like as a caster and as a spectator, this is outside of competitive part, was I found that when you leveled the field and didn't have like a pick or ban or like stuff in order to vary the commander pool a little bit, that it made for a boring spectator experience, because then every single player ran with the same 5 marches everywhere. So you saw 60 Attila Takedas, you would probably see nothing but Zenobia in garrison in your structure. You would see the same Harold Alec, you would see the same 5 marches from over every single player, which then made it for a very lackluster experience, because you don't see those unique pairs that, like OV, like for those of y'all who pay attention to the matches and stuff like that, you're going to see some combos that you're just like, what? Like, it doesn't make sense to you. but for the most part, everybody used the exact same matches. So essentially, all you saw was a bunch of Attila Takedas hitting on each other, and then it became very, very dull. So that's why we suggested like the pick and ban. That way, every match is going to be different. And then it becomes about strategy more than about the commanders, which I totally agree with you on. I definitely agree that that's one of those things that I think needs to get re-looked at. But that's just my quick opinion on it.
Yeah, this completely makes sense. I mean, this will be like an added difficulty to the game because you will have to practice constantly every week.
Yeah.
If the commanders that will be picked vary. But I think it's not only about commanders. I mean, you can use all the same commanders, but at the end, what matters is, of course, the strategy, but most of all, it's the timing. Because both the teams have 30 players, multiplied by 5, it's 150 marches that you have to dispatch on the field, and you need to be very careful on where you place your troops. So you can use the same pairings, the same commanders, but still lose 100 times because your timing is not properly on point.
I can totally agree with that. I can 100% agree with that because we talk about that a lot on our cast, is the difference between the top teams, like the great teams, and then the good teams comes down to timing. Timing's like, y'all, it's unreal, guys, when I tell y'all the amount of time that they practice on timing and figuring stuff out is insane. They know what time in the match they're going to be doing this, or how long it's going to take them to get here when they're here, or there's just so many little minute micro strategies that occur during a big boy match that we always talk about, guys. It's just insane. So, all right. So your number 2 thing that you would like to see changed?
Well, I think this is kind of related with the number 1.
Mm-hmm.
But if they don't apply the number 1, I think that number 2 solution or number 2 feature that I would love to see in the game is, please, Lilith, do not introduce new commanders when the tournament is ongoing, because everything will be then based on the power of the player, on the alliance, on who spends the most, and this completely fails, in my opinion, in my humble opinion, the purpose of the game, because you don't have fun anymore, because it's who maxes the newest commanders first, who can garrison the best, who can have the best picks and pairings. So maybe yes, you can introduce new pairings, new commanders when the tournament is ongoing, but please don't allow the tournament to be affected by it. So you can, for example, say, okay, you cannot use the newest commander in the tournament. This will be a good feature, in my opinion.
I agree. I 100% agree. The community already knows I've been raging about it, because I honestly, guys, it's nothing against any of the teams or anything like that, but Zenobia changed the game, and that's one of those things. I know a lot of the teams were hiding it towards later rounds, but it affected a lot of stuff. Now, I wouldn't say it was as bad as like an Attila Takeda, like when everyone was getting rallied out of their minds. That kind of game breaking, but it's game changing, if that makes it different. So I've firmly believed, and I really, really hope, and the fact that you brought that up brings something that I brought up as well in our Discord, that I really, really hope that these 2 new commanders that they're going to introduce, I hope that those don't get released until after the Osiris League championship match, because then again,
I think they won't.
Yeah, because I and I know that the timing, the updates usually occur, it gets released and then it's a couple weeks after, which would be line up perfectly with after the Osiris League, which is what I'm hoping for. But the last thing you want, guys, is you want a brand new commander getting introduced for the championship match, and it's kind of like, we're not Call of Duty, baby. We're not trying to do patches and fixes and bugs and all that kind of stuff, the week of a super important match for big rewards, you know what I mean? And that's kind of stuff, like, I'm glad you brought it up, because that was one of those harping points that I keep bringing up as well.
Well, I agree. I think, I think the new commanders will be introduced 1 week if I'm going correct, after the patch, so it will be right after the end of the Osiris League. But it still could affect the champion versus champion best of 3. I think I don't know if they will introduce invitational rules for that kind of matchup. For example, if they will have a Snow versus V636 match, like champion versus champion, if Snow will win the Anubis realm, for example. I don't know if they will have the commander advantage. So this is another thing that this is actually the third feature that we should think about in the Osiris League. For example, B636 in the other realm has some players with Zenobia, so they jumped on younger kingdoms. They took the Zenobias and they went right back, and I think this gave a huge advantage for them in the league. Of course, they are a great team, but the other teams just don't have the same power as they do. So they should rework a little bit the rules in this sense.
I agree. Because I misunderstood when my community correct me, which is fine. I love it when they do that. It keeps me on track. I don't want to be pushing out false information, stuff like that, guys. But yeah, I did know. I told the community, I'm just like, guys, that it was that and the commander difference that really upset me, because I'm just like, if you're in the Anubis realm and you're facing a team that has commanders that are just like, our kingdom doesn't even have Zenobia, you know, and the fact that you have kingdoms in the high 16s, some are even later than that have Zenobia, and I'm just like, dude, that's insane. Feels bad. There's the wifey. What's going on, baby?
Hi.
But yeah, it was just one of those things that it blew my mind, because I'm just like, man, that's you got people running out here with Richards, you know, and then you have somebody garrisoning with Zenobia and then running with Heralds, and then, you know, it's just like, dude, that's,
yeah.
I'm not saying that it's cheating. It's just, it's one of those things, guys. It's if it's not in the rules, can't do anything about it. You know what I mean? So it's just, I think, slight reworks to some of the rules that need to happen that will prevent people from wanting to jump forward to jump back. Maybe changing some of the timings on when they release, or just locking commanders for your realm. So say the earliest realm is 1636, or the earliest kingdom is 1636. When the Osiris League starts, whatever commander is the last for them, or the one current for them, should be where it locks out. Anything after that should be locked out. You know, that way it makes it fair.
Straightforward. It's simple. Yeah, I agree.
So, all right, perfect. So that answers that question. All right, number one thing. Let me see. The number one thing that you would like to see added to the Osiris League.
This is a good question. I think we can move forward. I'll think about it, then I'll give you the answer.
Hold on real quick. I think I just reworded that wrong. The number one thing you want removed. Well, oh no, I did it opposite. So I read it differently. So we'll come back to that question. It is the one that I asked you. I reworded it a little bit different. Okay. So rapid fire questions. Here are some rapid fire ones that we're going to go through. It's one of those one word answers off the top of your dome. That way we keep it concise. Favorite color?
Oh, I have many. But actually, red, blue, and green are my top favorite.
Okay.
If I have to pick one, it's red.
All right. Favorite name in game, whether it's yours or somebody else's. What's the funniest one you've heard, or your favorite one?
I don't have a favorite one, but I think in my alliance there are some pretty fun names. For example, there are 3 players whose names are very similar to one another. There is DB, and there is B, and there is BB. So we make some. Sometimes I just mix them up. I say DB, ST, BB, B. I just confuse myself. Yeah.
Damn you, in-game comms, and put them all in the mid lane just to throw you off. Oh man, that's funny. All right, favorite movie?
Yeah, of course, John Wick.
John Wick. All right.
Oh, man.
Original KVK, light versus dark, or new KVK map? Which one do you think is going to be your favorite?
I honestly haven't looked too much inside the new KVK,
Okay.
but I think the very first KVK was nice.
Okay.
With some rework around it, could have been a nice game mode, a fair game mode.
I can agree with that.
Except with diplomacy, because if you find yourself fighting Six Kingdom, you don't want to be there.
Yeah, I was gonna say if you say KVK won, that means you didn't get locked in. I already know that. So that's a big plus. All right. Who is the team that you hate playing the most against?
So there is nothing I hate. I'm not a hater. I don't really like the word hating, but I understand very well your question. What is the team that maybe I fear the most?
Yes, we'll put it that way.
I think Hong Kong Legends was the team I had the most fear to play against, because their strategy was so straightforward, so well planned, and their timing was so impeccable in the double rallies. They were rallying the obelisk and the building, and then they were rallying this rally on the city and fast joining the rallies. Their timing was, man, just impeccable. But I do have my utmost respect for many other teams that we had the chance to fight during this Osiris League and also during the previous seasons. For example, C9N I think is a great team, and also Rose from Kingdom 239, who we will face tomorrow.
Yeah, excited. We're going to be casting that bad boy.
Fine, you don't see it anywhere.
Agreed. All right, favorite food. Well, you're Italian, so I assume it. Well, I don't know if it would be Italian. What's your favorite food?
This is the most complicated question you could have asked me ever.
I know. That's why we got to hit you with the hard ones. All right. Favorite. Okay, we'll break it down. Favorite food category or favorite food type. So like Mexican, pasta. Okay. Favorite dish. We'll get nitty gritty. Favorite dish. Whether I understand it or not.
Pasta alla bolognese.
Okay.
Pasta alla bolognese. Definitely. My grandma used to make it for me like every Sunday. It's full of memories, full of flavors, and I think you like to cook, as you said.
I
to me.
love
So you can
cooking.
understand that when flavors are connected to memories, this is the best thing. And being an Italian, I've been very lucky on this. I love my country.
I think it's not only food, guys. When you legitimately, the beautiful thing about food, guys, is it's not just the taste. Like, I can tell you so many times where just the smell of food will insta-trigger memories. You know, it like good cooking will envelop your entire home, and it just makes it gives you the same sensation that Americans have like with Christmas, where you just wake up and you're just like, yes, like food does that for me. That's why I love it when we cook, like if it's Italian, if it's barbecue, if it's whatever, you always have that just the smell, it starts the journey, and then when you eat, you just love it. And then you surround yourself, if you have loved ones and you eat, like here in Texas, guys, and I'm 1000% sure it's like that for our Italian families as well. Eating with family is a whole, like, it just, the food is great, but then having the people around you who love and support you and do all that kind of stuff, and sharing a meal with them. That's why family meals and all that, if you work in restaurants, that's why it's always a big thing, even outside of restaurants. Because that's, guys, at the end of the day, whether they are your family or they're your friends that are family, just sharing a meal with people is phenomenal. So food for me is tier one. I love it though. All right.
I mean, company is the secret great flavor.
Yeah.
Added flavor, the secret one.
All right. I know you told me you're gonna grab some beers, but are you a beer or a vino man?
I think both, depending on the circumstances.
Okay.
Of course,
okay.
If I eat a beef steak, I'll pour some red wine.
There
if I'm
you go.
eating a pizza, I'll just pour a beer.
Cultured. I love it.
Yeah.
I thought you were gonna instantly say vino, and I'm like, oh man, cultured. I love it. All right. Do you have a favorite drink? beer?
I do
vino?
have a favorite.
Okay.
I do have a favorite drink.
What's your favorite drink?
Vino. Concerning wine, I think I love Chianti, I love Primitivo, and I love Sangue di Giuda. Beer-wise, I just love beer. I mean, if I have to pick a favorite drink that I will drink one last time in my life, I'll drink a beer with a pizza.
Oh, okay. Interesting. The Italian breaking it. I love it. I love to see it with a pizza. All right. Well, now that you bring it up, pizza. What's your favorite pizza? I know we went on a rampage on Discord about this, so we won't even bring it up, people. If you like pineapples on your pizza, please leave the stream.
Don't.
Please leave the stream.
Every time, please guys, remember this. Every time you eat pizza with pineapple, an Italian in the world just dies instantly.
We talked about it. Oh man. Oh no, Gambit! Don't say that, bro. You're gonna get booted out already. I'm out here defending you.
Actually, Bulba, you know what? There is a video that some journalists shoot in Naples.
Yeah.
Which is of course, the capital of pizza, where everything was born.
Yeah.
And they deliver some pineapple pizza to some Napolitans that just ordered a simple margherita or marinara.
Yeah.
And they just become so angry and they throw it in the face of the delivery guy. It was so funny.
There's so many shows. So there was actually a cooking show where they went into Italy to learn how to make your traditional pizzas. They're simple but complex at the same time, guys. So for those of y'all who don't know, the sauces, the ingredients make it very complex, but the assembly of the pizza is very, very simple. So that's where the trick. It's like, oh man, I just forgot the key phrase, but it's basically you're taking some high-end ingredients, some beautiful ingredients, making it, the way you're gonna make it. But the assembly is the part that always gets overlooked, but the ingredients are the secret. And so they went in, they were showing them how to make pizza, and then they did the same thing. They were like, can I add pineapple on my pizza? And dude, the faces that they got, they literally looked at them and they were just like you were about to see Saw, like the movie Saw, or you were about to see like the Purge. Like it just got, I was just like, and they were like, no, we're just kidding. I was just like, oh, man.
I mean, you see a pizzaiolo. I don't know how to say it in English. Pizza, the guys who prepares pizza.
Yeah.
And he stands, he makes the pasta flat, and he pours some tomato, then mozzarella di bufala, basilico, and then he puts some pineapple, and you just die. That moment, you just feel you're melting. You're melting down.
Oh man, that's too good. For those of y'all who don't understand
the trick, you know what? Is also how you cook the pizza, because if you cook in the electric oven, you just lose 50% of the flavor. You need the wood.
Yep.
The smoke.
A lot of people don't know. Like, I would love at some point, I know a lot of people keep talking about wanting to have like a cooking segment for a channel, and I'm just like, it's just so hard because logistically I have to have cameras to live stream. I guess I could just do a video, but that's kind of we do so many live streams that people want to see it, like when I grill and do all my stuff. Guys, that's one of my favorite things. And it's not, I wouldn't say it's traditional Italian, but I love making like good pasta, but then having like a good steak, like sliced on that. Oh man. And it's just, a lot of people, like the combo, if you add like mushrooms, stuff like that, just ingredients they make all the difference, guys. The type of tomatoes that you use, the quality of ingredients you use, make all the difference. Most people have never had truffle on certain things too, and that's just, fresh truffle is just out of this world. So, all right. Well, my mouth's already watering. Let's move on before I have to start eating on the stream already. But all right, a couple of other ones that we're gonna hit you with. What's your favorite commander of all time in Rise of Kingdoms?
Oh, Belisarius.
Belisarius.
Of course, Belisarius. My ARK escort man.
Oh man, I love it. I love it. All right, favorite civilization?
I'd say Rome.
Okay.
But I will stick with Ottomans because it's just OP. I mean, the buffs, the skill damage, the march speed. It's all I need. But Rome is also very good because you have march speed, and I like march speed.
Okay. You gotta be quick in the mid. Gotta be quick in the mid. All right.
Yeah.
Here's one that's targeted towards your alliance. It's not tactic specific, but what makes OV special in your eyes? What's the one thing that makes them special in your eyes?
I mean, as I said in the very beginning of this interview, I'm playing with these folks from almost 800 days, and what's so special about OV is that there is a team group. I've always worked on the strategy. I want to remark that I will always work on the strategy with the boss of the alliance, who is Slowdy. But in a way, every member contributes to the strategy. In every practice we make, they always give ideas. There is always a teamwork, and even if, contrary to most of the other teams that make it to the top, we are very, very, very international. We are not fully Chinese. We are not fully Americans. It's very heterogeneous, if I can say that. We have almost half of the team who comes from America, and then the other half comes from China, and we kind of worked out a way to communicate between us, even if some people do not speak perfect English. Mm-hmm. Some people, of course, Western players do not speak Chinese, but in a way this enriches us as a team, as a community, because, on this game you can literally meet players from all over the world. So having a team that comes from Europe, America, China, Asia in general, it's something that gives an added value to the team, because we try to work out just to understand each other, and this brings us, I think, to another level of gameplay, not because of our skills, just as human beings.
Dude, just you saying that already made me write other stuff down. But dude, that's actually very interesting. And for those of y'all who are new to ARK, there's hearing that and the combination and how they work together, even with difficulties in communication and so. And for those of y'all who play in Osiris League, you understand the importance of communication. Communication, being on Discord, there's a reason that they make it a requirement. There's a reason that they push for it, and that you. It's also the reason that a lot of teams will end up kind of splitting and breaking off into other micro teams in order to do that, because communication sometimes doesn't work that well. And the fact that you're saying that it does, man, is amazing to hear, because throughout everything, we all understand this is an international game, which is why I love it so much. I'm meeting people that live in Italy, who live in China, who live in Japan, who live in South America, and the fact that we are all jumping onto one server to play a match. Yes, there's lag. Yes, but just think about it. You could have 60 people from 60 different countries playing on one server at one time, linked up by one common goal, which is to win an Osiris League match. And that to me is mind-blowing. And the fact that I love hearing you say about the combination between the two, because a lot of teams I hear, when they split up or break, like, it's not on bad terms. It's just they're trying to better their team, so they feel like by separating they can enhance their communication, they can do all this kind of stuff. But in reality, it might just be something that you want to work through. You know what I mean? You want to figure out, like, if they don't speak proper English, maybe we use keywords that we then call this structure that's easy enough for people to understand or to remember, or whatever we call. That way they don't have to they don't have to come out with paragraphs of terminology, but that you can still understand when they're saying stuff. Okay, that means, we need to go here, we need to do this, so on and so forth. So that's awesome to hear, man.
Yeah, that's right. Just think about, in the very beginning, we were using double charts, double picture, one was in English, one was in Chinese. We don't need that anymore. We're using just the English one. So also some American players can now recognize a word in Chinese.
That's awesome.
If you write it down, because the names are structures in Chinese, because we have written down these names so many times to learn, to figure out our way of communication, that everything became easier now, and we are also having fun.
So now
practicing is not easy, of course. Think about that. We practice very late in the evening. We practice at 23 UTC. That's the time when China wakes up. America is middle day, and in Europe, where I live, it's midnight. It's the only free time in the weekday. So yeah, practice is a bit difficult with an international team, especially with 30 players. Something always comes up. Some players, you are never, you have never 30 players playing your practice. It's very rare. And we had 30 players playing practice for the Hong Kong Legends practice, because we needed that. And people knew that, so they took some time off work to practice.
Yeah, it's important.
Yeah, it's important. But yeah, we overcame a lot of difficulties, and this makes me feel really proud.
It's awesome. It's awesome. Yeah, man. All right. Favorite moment in Rise of Kingdoms?
Well, I'd say winning the first season of Osiris League was very exciting in a way that I did not expect. I mean, every single Sunday we were there. Okay, this is the time we will lose. We were facing Tigers, the previous Cheese Schools Alliance, and we said, okay, we're gonna lose. They're a powerhouse. And then we faced MB2. Okay, we're gonna lose. And then we face JWR. Okay, we are gonna lose, and we did not even having 6. I remember the time we had 6 players. We won with 6 players using T4. Me, myself included, because you may not know, but I am very, very, very low spender in the game. I think I spent somewhat around $1,000 in 800 days of playing the game, so it's not a big deal. So I don't have the top commanders, and this has never been a requirement in OV, so we don't require you to have all the top commanders. We don't require you to have a huge amount of power. What we require is just being available, being eager to play the game, and being kind. And of course, being a skilled player. This is a requirement for staying in a competitive team.
Very, very true, man. That's one of the very few things that a lot of people, I think they over focus on when they're looking at teams. They're like, oh, they all have to be VIP 17. Or they all have to have the best, legendary commanders out in the field, or they have to, like, to a certain extent, it helps. But I've seen plenty of T5 players that can't control 5 marches, or that can't.
Yeah, I mean.
Or they. Oh, go ahead. Go ahead. You're good.
Yeah, I mean, you need to have the key people having the top commanders, of course, who garrisons, who launches the rally.
Agreed.
But other than that, do you really need to be a powerhouse? I don't think so.
Yeah, and I've always said that. Like, I would rather have a player who can, as long as they're not assuming, guys. This is what I'm saying. I'm saying it in the regards of they're not going to be the rally or the garrison people. Okay. I would rather take somebody who can genuinely control 5 really good marches, or support, or do any sort of way where whatever is needed, they're willing to do. And there's not a lot of players in the bigger teams that are willing to face palm into the enemy if it's asked of them. You know what I mean? They're like, well, I need those marches, or they'll do something. The really, really good teams, if you tell them, hey guys, we need to secure this ARK, we need to do whatever it takes, whether they have to zero themselves out, sending so many troops to the middle, if it's asked, it's done. It's not questioned, it's just done. And that ultimately, to me, is what separates a lot of teams. The strategy makes a difference, but just doing whatever it takes in order to secure the ARK, or secure a structure, or to do whatever, And you see that a lot. Like when we were watching y'all's match last week, man, there were times where I was calling stuff out and it was almost like, I don't want to say that y'all were watching the stream, but it was like when we were calling it, it was like it was already in y'all's mind. You were doing it. It was the call out. You saw everybody pushing or doing this at one point. You saw this going on at the same time. So it was very, very coordinated, but they did whatever it took to run that ARK, which I know a lot of people were very, very surprised with. And that was one of those things. It was just like, it was awesome to watch. I know Gambit was out here, you know, trying not to jump out of his chair, which I know he probably did, and confetti everywhere, but it was absolutely an amazing match to watch. It was a finals type match.
Jumped off.
I was gonna ask you how excited did y'all? What were the comms like when y'all won HKO, or when y'all won against HKO?
It was a great match. So shout out to Hong Kong Legends for really, they're a great team. In my opinion, they're one of the best for sure. Our Discord in that last few seconds became, I don't know, it was crazy. When the timer hit 0001, so last second, there was such a big scream that my microphone was almost blew out. It was crazy. It was very exciting.
Dude, that's insane. For those of y'all guys in the chat, I will read out the stuff. I just don't want to. I will thank y'all here in a little bit. All right, thank y'all so much. I appreciate it. But yeah, man, dude, it was. Oh man, I can just imagine. Okay, compared. Well, I guess winning the championship and beating HKO this season, I guess are a little bit different. So in your championship moment, I'm sure you remember it. But when y'all won, when that timer hit 0, what was that like?
At the beginning, we couldn't believe it. I mean, we expected to lose every single Sunday, and we were so surprised that we didn't lose a single game. So, okay, yeah, we are gonna lose the finals, but at least, yeah, we tried. We arrived to the final match. We fought hard for it, but then the last minutes, like I think the last ARK escort that I did, brought up some hope to my mind. So it was very, very positive. So when we won, it was actually a very good feeling. And I also need to say that JWM fought hard, and they're a very good team. I mean, being in their position, I can understand you attract a lot of hate from some players. Players saying, okay, you're not a good team, but actually JWM made it to the finals 2 times, and now they are in top 8. So indeed, they are a great team. But the difference between this season and the previous 2 seasons, as I said in the beginning, it's pretty relevant. In the first season, players didn't even have the T5 availability. In the second season, you could still see teams being completely wrecked and having a delta at the end of 30,000 points. You just don't see that in season 3. The games are so close, so close.
I agree, man. Yeah, the JWM, when people bring it up, guys, I'm not a fanboy of JWM. I'm not anything like that, guys. But when you make it to the championship match 2 years in a row, regardless if you win or lose, guys, you know, it's easy to say, you know, and that's the only reason I defend them in that regard, where I can understand how hard it is just to get there. And so that's why, like, when I always say they're a really good team, I think they're a really good team. I think changes on the team might have been a little bit, you know, detrimental this season, but next season they'll have plenty of time with each other, assuming they stick together, all that kind of stuff. And then they'll just be better for it. You know, I know that they did like a blend between, you know, JWM2, and they pulled in different people. So I know their team was a little bit different than last season. But the fact that they made it 2 years or 2 seasons in a row to the championship match just speaks volumes about it. So that's all I'll say about that, guys. All right, let me see what else we got. What do we got? Okay, we'll touch back on the one that we talked about earlier. It was the one thing that you wish Oh wait, no. Which one was it? It was the one thing that you would like to see removed from Rise of Kingdom as a whole. Besides the lag. We all know everyone in chat's gonna say the lag. But besides the lag, what's the one thing that you would like to see removed from Rise of Kingdoms?
Honestly, I was about to say the lag, but then
got him.
You forbid me to say this. But I think the equipment system is not as good as it looks.
Interesting.
Just because of the reason that it puts apart much more free-to-play from high spenders, and also there is too much randomness related to the equipment system. So, as well as for the Osiris League and the KVK and all the normal things in the map, I think not removing the equipment system, but actually reworking it in a way that there is not as much randomness just for the sake of the revenue. You know what I mean?
I actually totally agree with you on that one. I've said that time and time again, that some of the things that they're coming out with are all they're doing is making a massive gap between, and it's not a skill gap, guys. It's not a skill gap. It's not like, well, get good kind of deal. It's just a gap that free to play, it's just increasing in the size between pay to win, which is okay. It's a pay to win game, guys. But at the same point, you also need to keep the gap tight enough to where free to play don't all think, well, okay, it's pointless at this point, because they have, similar to, I know Gecko's brought it up several times with his Lord Mobile thing, where people just got so astronomically powerful with the gear, with all that it just made it pointless to fight. You don't want to get to that point, because if it gets to that point, then you're going to lose a large portion of your player base, when free to play is probably making up, I would say maybe like 85% of your player base is probably free to play. Now,
of course.
The trick that I've brought up in Discord as well is they need to figure out a way to convert some of those free to play into like a low spender, or at least to buy a bundle, and converting that will increase revenue, which is then you're not so worried about it. And the suggestion I made, and other games do, is you just make a bundle that's just too good to pass. I'm not talking the 99-cent bundles. Most free to play, if they haven't spent, they're not going to spend for 99 cents. But if you give them a bundle at $5 that it should be valued at 15 or at 20 or whatever it is as their starter bundle, similar to how they did with the Mina. I love what they did with the Mina, for the newer kingdoms, where they make that specialized event for Mina that you can unlock and do all that kind of stuff if you want to buy cheap bundles to do all that. I wish they would introduce that to all the older kingdoms that didn't unlock them, that have super old accounts that just said YOLO, because it was just too late by the time you could get it. But yeah, man, I totally agree with you on the equipment system. I definitely agree. I don't want to see it go away. But the randomness on some of the RNG on equipment seems kind of like, I just want straight up, like, you're going to get 15% attack. That's it. I don't want to see, there's a possibility of a shield popping once every 35 seconds. And then you could get, it's like, eliminate the RNG, just keep it straight up stat based, leave the RNG for the skills and not for your equipment. That's just my opinion, though.
Of course. I mean, I feel like that most free-to-play players and low spenders are just playing the catch-up game. So I'm just trying to keep up with the things being introduced into the game, but it's just not enough. There are some very good bundles, good value-wise in the game, which are, for example, as DB said in the comments, the Legendary Commander Unlock bundle, where you get 10 Legendary Sculptures and Stars and Tomes of Knowledge for $5. Or, for example, when you forge, when you combine the equipment ones, the legendary ones, also the one they introduced after the patch, they were really good value. And I think they should stick with these prices, because if a player is buying old bundles every day, spending $300-400 a day. There is no way you can keep up with it.
I agree. I think the other thing, and I made this suggestion to Lilith as well, is I think especially in older kingdoms, it drives me nuts that I'm still seeing Sun Tzu events. I'm still seeing Boudica events. I'm seeing epic commander events. At that point, I would rather them take all those out and substitute. Instead of that, I would rather them put material choice chests. They already added in like the Seondok, those type chests, the commander pool, because at the end of the day, in the older kingdoms, that's what we're looking for right now. We're not looking for Boudica sculptures. We're looking for, even if you put greens and blues, like you're just putting something that's just, I want to invest in that event, because right now it's just, those events just fall to the wayside for the most part. And I think the equipment is where they need to go for the older kingdoms, as opposed to having those epic events, because then you start investing more people into those events. I know we're going to be coming up towards the end of the year, so we're going to start seeing those Christmas bundles and the Thanksgiving ones, and we're going to start seeing New Year's and all that. So hopefully they do some other stuff for free to play, and that kind of entices them to want to do it. Because at the end of the day, guys, we all love Rise of Kingdoms, guys, and we want it to grow. I want it to grow. So I don't ever want y'all to take my suggestions as like me talking down to the game. I want it to grow. I want it to blow up. So an esport would be awesome, but there's a lot of work they got to do in order to make it an esport. But you have the player base, you have the fan base, you keep growing it, doing all this kind of stuff, and then we'll go from there.
Yep. Should we read a couple questions from the chat? What do you think?
Yeah, we're definitely going to do that. But one last question, and then we're going to go into the chat, guys. All right, so make sure y'all start posting your questions in the chat. I'm going to scroll all the way back up, start going through them after this last question. All right. So the whole point of the interview, guys, is because I want to get in the minds of some of the top players in the Osiris League and ARK of Osiris in general. So asking this one question may end up helping a lot of players that are looking forward to trying to grow their teams. I get asked a lot, like, hey, can you cast? Because I want to see where we can get better, where we can improve, and all that kind of stuff. So the last question on my thing is, what advice would you give to players who are wanting to get better at the ARK of Osiris?
So there are a few points that we can touch to answer these questions. This question, I think, first of all, you need to take a look carefully at the map. You need to take a look carefully at the structures and the info boxes, because many players that playing in the top teams still don't know what's written in there. There are some hidden things that you don't know about. There are some secret mechanics into the ARK of Osiris map that maybe we will reveal in a future cast that people still don't know about. The important thing is that you read carefully everything and you start a strategy from scratch. Of course, you can watch all the games, you can simulate, you can start where the other teams have left their legacy. So you can, let's say, copy the strategy of the top teams, and then from there you can work on your own strategy. Also, you need to discuss with the players in your team. It doesn't have to be a dictatorship. It has to be a democracy. So all the players in your team must know the rules of the game. I feel like this game mode is like playing chess. You have all these 150 marches, and you need to be very careful on where you place your troops, as I said before. So it's not about one person pulling out strategy, two players pulling out the strategies, and then saying to the players, okay, you do this, you do this, you do this. No, every players need to know exactly what the others are doing. So when you move actually in a sort of ecosystem in which if something happens, you know how to react. You just don't stay stuck there. You just don't stay doing nothing when something bad happens. so you actually have the knowledge to react to the enemy strategy and to adapt and maybe potentially win the game even if you are in a very bad situation.
I love it. I love it. So there you go, guys. When y'all ask me for advice, I'm going to get it for y'all. Everyone's going to have some different stuff, but hopefully throughout, as we progress and get more and more, you're going to start gathering a ton of just behind the scenes type stuff that way you can start doing it. So, all right, we're jumping into the chat. Let's see where we are at. First question was, where was it? I just lost it. Somebody wanted me to ask you. Yes, Joel wanted me to ask him about the protect and ban esports. So originally, to kind of give a little clarification on this one, I made a video that we talked about, or I kind of brought up, where I made like a top 5 suggestions to improve Osiris League. And the number one that I suggested was kind of a spin-off of what we were talking about earlier, where we're going to level the field. My suggestion was to level the field and to do you watch League of Legends by chance?
No, actually I don't.
Okay.
Sorry.
So what they do is they have a full commander pool, right? Then they go through a whole, what they call a pick and ban system, where both teams are there. One team picks a commander to protect. So like, say in your instance, say you're on OV and I'm in Eve, you want to protect your Belisarius because that's your main mid-game ARK running commander, the primary. I'm gonna ban Attila. Okay, then you protect Zenobia. I'm gonna ban whatever it is. But you go back and forth, but all commanders are unlocked. And my opinion, it varies the strategy so that each game you can actually gameplay. So it introduces more strategy into the game. There are some downsides, I understand that, but that was the suggestion I made in order for all commanders, regardless if they get launched in the middle of the Osiris League, it wouldn't matter at that point because everybody would have them max and expertise out of their mind. So
it's a good idea, actually, yes.
Yeah.
Because you can have a tier list of commanders, you can have a Uber section, OP section, and you just can ban some Ubers for specific matchups. I think this could work out. Of course, it has to be very well planned, and Lilith should make a lot of adjustments, but I think it's totally doable.
Yeah, I think a lot of people, the only thing that they had, which I can kind of understand, is they said that we don't have a big enough commander pool to do it. But it doesn't, guys, at a certain point, you know, maybe you just start really, really small and you don't do, I think my suggestion had like 5 commander pick and ban. And yeah, that's a little excessive, but you can always lower it down to 3 or lower it down small enough to where it at least varies stuff. Because my suggestion is, I think there's my point of view coming from a caster side, is I feel like there's so many teams out there that are one-trick ponies that if you remove one commander, just one commander, I'll give you a case and example. If you remove Attila and you ban Attila from a match, I think most teams would have no clue who they're going to rally with. You know, it throws people off their game where everyone's just insta-launch Attila. Like, I think it changes the strategy so much just by doing that I think you'll find that the interesting matches are going to start appealing when you start seeing, you know, if a specific team does really, really well with Zenobia, then you ban out Zenobia, and then it changes. It has to change. They have to adapt, and that's where I think the really good teams, whether they're, you know, not a top well-known team, but you can get like the teams like SFS, they're going to be coming out of nowhere just because they can plan and strategize really, really well, but still compete with those big teams. So I think that's what adds more skill gap, is the strategy part of it. So,
of course.
All right, let me see. They want to know, TX, do you think TXX9, do you think there will be a map changing or any map changes in Osiris next season?
I don't think so. I mean, the map is very well structured. It's very fair from both sides. There is no difference in being the top or the bottom because it's basically specular. It's mirrored. So I don't think they're making any adjustments soon, but maybe in the future they can add some structures. They can add some, I don't know. For example, I've not seen any skill boosting the rally while it's moving. I mean, you can catch up. You can maybe use the attack skill while you're rallying, while your rally is walking. This kind of stuff, but maybe they can add specific skills for rallied armies or garrisoned armies in a certain time frame. I don't see them changing the map anytime soon, to be honest.
Yeah, I think the only suggestion that I was saying, coming from strategy wise, that I would think would be cool, but I also, for the top teams, it's also something that's different, is I would like to see if they would add some like not, I don't want to say obstacles, but I want to say, like, you know how they have mountain chains that will force teams to funnel into certain area. I want to see a little diversity in so that it kind of negates what a lot of teams do, where they're essentially sending 60 marches all the way to the structure without ever hitting anything, if that makes sense. So there's like a little mountain chain that forces you to funnel into, like, think of it on the outside lanes. If you have two mountain chains that came in like this and force people to funnel in through the middle, it would suck for sure. Don't get me wrong. Getting hit with the AoE would suck, but you're no longer going to see teams that are just going to direct run and V-line straight to a structure with no obstacles in it. So the same thing with like little things in the middle. I think everyone parks in the middle and you all move as a ginormous murder ball. So adding like little things in there to make troops have to go around certain things might make it a little bit more interesting visually. But I do get what you're talking about, and so that's why we'll see. I think it's just from the viewer's perspective.
I do think that they could change some mechanics in the way you attack the structures. For example, if you're swarming and rallying a desert altar, you have potentially 1.5 million troops rally, and then you have 9 marches of, let's say, 310k if you're not using any increased troop capacity commanders. So you have a lot of troops swarming the desert altar, and that's fine because you garrison with 1.5 troops, you can pull in reinforcements, but you can do the same on a Shrine of War, which can contain just 1 million troops. So maybe they can think about reducing the number of marches that swarm these kind of structures. This could be a good idea, for example, because it's very difficult to defend those structures.
Unless you have Zenobia. No, I'm just playing. All right, before we get to the next question, let me thank a couple of people that just jumped on. BLS Gaming, thank you for subscribing to the channel, my friend. You are also now a part of the Thick Burritos, so thank you so much. Enjoy those sweet emojis. Make sure you link your YouTube and your Discord together. That way you can use those in our Discord as well if you're already there. And Dr. Strange sent $5 super chat. Thank you so much, my friend. All right, let me see. All right, Gambit out here. He wants to know, where are you at? Hashtag Ask Wick. Favorite snack / drink during casual ARK matches. Also a big fan.
I'm normally too nervous to eat, but I do love chocolate.
Ooh, okay.
I do love chocolate. Yeah.
OV, John is too busy yelling at us eat drink during a match.
Yeah, Lambo knows me very well.
Yeah. Let me see.
I guess it's Lambo, no?
Yeah, Lambo. Yeah. Riri asking, can John cook too? I miss some real Italian pizza.
Yes, I can cook. I'm not an expert in making pizza, but I can cook all kind of pastas, lasagnas, pasta al forno, and all the good stuff.
So
I mean, I love pasta, as I said in the very beginning. So I'm actually a decent cook. I'm not the best, but yeah, I can cook.
Oh man, I've got culture here. Let me see. Italian. All right, this is when the pineapples blew up in the chat. Nope, not reading those. Let me see. Doctor Strange. I thought John Wick was a girl. No.
He's just messing with me. Doctor Strange is part of my team.
Oh, okay.
He plays with Obi.
Okay, I was like, no. Let me see. Oh man, you can always tell when the OV guys come in. Doctor Strange hitting on John for a year, only to find out it's a man. I'm dead. Oh man, that's so good.
Logan Smith asking, hashtag has quick vacation to the beach or mountains. I mean, I come from the south of Italy, so we kind of have both. I live very near to the sea, and I also have mountains next to my city. I do prefer beach, to be honest.
Well, we all, for those of y'all who don't know about Italian beaches, if you're single, Italian beaches. Dia sent 243 in the super chat. Pineapple pizza for everyone. Lol. Banned.
No, please.
Ban. Ban. All right.
Ban for life.
Yeah, ban for life. Nah, she's a member. We can't ban her.
Yeah,
all right.
I know her.
All right. From
She's
Deep.
nice.
Did John Wick believe before the match that they will win against HKL?
I actually, believe it or not, I will put this question back to the match against JWM. That time we didn't know we could win, but in the case we would have won, we calculated the exact amount of points differential, and believe it or not, I did the same for this match against Hong Kong Legends. So I kind of predicted that we were going with 1.5 K points differential, and it was 1K, so it was pretty close. So yeah, I had an idea. I was really hopeful that we could win with the new strategy we used against them, and actually the prediction was quite fine. Yeah.
Okay, there you go.
Hopeful, but never underestimating any opponent. Of course, we will not underestimate Rose tomorrow. We know they're very strong, and in case we move forward, in case we will win the match, we'll never underestimate finalists. That's the trick. Never to, otherwise you just become cocky, and it's not a good behavior in any competition or in life in general.
But me speaking for the community, all right? Me speaking for the community, I did put my bet on Rose because of the odds, but I can tell you right now, I would love to see nothing more than a rematch against the team that sent you to the position that you're in, that y'all started in top 16. The finals match being against potentially, this is potential, guys, but the storylines of that would be awesome to cast. So I will tell y'all that that's one thing I am excited for, hopefully, and the potential outcomes, all that kind of stuff. But all right, let me see.
Yeah, hopefully.
Let me see. Dude, the burrito gang names are so good. Sprain Butthole asked, "Hey John, I put a hit on you for costing me all the Eye of Talent coins."
Is this a question?
Yeah. All right. Logan Smith, ask Wick vacate. Okay, you already answered that one. Ask Wick, puppy or kitten?
Oh, puppy.
All right, definitely. Puppy. All right, so he is John Wick. All right, good to know. Jang says hashtag I vote John for sexiest man in 52.
I don't know about that, but thank you very much.
Let me see. Rose, who are you interviewing from Rose? Y'all send me the names, guys. I'm telling you, we're going to be doing it from all different teams. So I'm trying to get BBTH. I'm trying to get Eve. I'm trying to get 1AVG. I'm going to try to get influential players from the top teams. So if y'all have specific people, then message me in Discord. Or I'll create a small account and I'll hop in there and then we can take a vote in the alliance.
There is Ghost Rider 1982, aka DB, member of my alliance, as quick. Average amount of F-bombs during an ARK match. Yeah, we drop a lot of F-bombs. A lot.
I love it. Let me see. Yeah. Doctor Strange changed. Shadow Legion is starting, but just in case you need to.
Yeah, I just don't. I don't care. I have my defense set up, so.
Yeah, I didn't set mine up, and I'm pretty sure our alliance ran it, and I didn't have it set up.
Oh, well. Once you are over 100 million power, you don't need to pay attention to that.
Yeah, lots of love. Bulba and John are messing around. This is John Wick. Yes, it is. It's Mr. Wick in the flesh. Get the almighty Mad Phantom. That's the plan. That's the plan, guys. So, But yeah, guys, if y'all have any more questions, I'm gonna stick around for a couple of minutes, just to see if y'all have any other questions. If not, then we will, kind of go from there. I need to do more.
You
than
will
gems.
dismiss me.
I will dismiss. Yes, I will let him, because we're on different time zones. And then, guys, I'm excited. So while we're letting those questions, if they're gonna roll in. Don't forget, tomorrow, guys, we are going to be dual casting with the legendary John Wick for the Snow versus SFS match. So hopefully I can see y'all there. Y'all come hang out with us. We're going to be popping emojis. We're going to have the John Wick wheel, where he's going to be incorporating John Wick sayings when we spin. Whatever it lands on, he's going to have to incorporate something into the match with that saying. And there's some funny sayings. So they're going to make absolutely no sense, but it should be absolutely humorous. We're going to have some drinks, have some beers, and just have a good old time, guys. So if y'all want to come hang out with us. We'd love, I know every streamer is going to be streaming them. But if y'all come hang out with us, we'd love y'all for it. All right, let me see. Ask Wick if he's had any good American barbecue.
Yeah, actually I did. I was in February in New York, right before this unfortunate development of the lockdown and COVID stuff. I was there for work, and I stopped in a really nice barbecue place, and I had the best barbecue of my life, for sure.
Well, we're gonna have to convert you then. Whenever you stop in Texas, we're gonna have to.
Yeah.
Gonna have to change your mind. We're gonna have to change your mind. We'll convert you. We'll convert you real quick.
All right.
Let me see, Spencer. Oh man, Spencer, the 307 trolls are coming out. All right, John, what will you do to counter swarming? Because I think Shinshi needs to know. Oh, did we lose him? I don't think we lost him. Let me see. Did we lose him? Oh, he might have disconnected real quick, fam. A second. You still there, John? He might have dropped out, but he's also in Italy, guys, so... Oh, there you go. He dropped out. We'll ask him when he gets back in. Okay. No worries, bud. No worries. Memphis... I think everybody has, so I love barbecue, but everyone has different barbecue. So like Memphis has a lot of sweet, and I hate sweet stuff. That's why I like Texas, because it's more savory.
I'm back.
All right. Here we go. It says,
my Discord crashed.
No, you're fine. Spencer asked from 307. The 307 trolls are real. All right. If y'all don't know, you know now. What will you do to counter swarming? Because I think Shinshi needs to know.
I don't know what he's referring to, but to counter swarm,
because Shinshi
don't fight on the field too much.
Shinshi made a video where they were playing a KVK against 307, and he got upset because 307 swarmed everything, and I mean everything. So they were launching rallies in KVK, and 307 without disregard just swarmed all the rallies. And so he made a video saying that it was an unfair mechanic that should be removed from the game.
Actually not, because it's damaging whose worms, because they're gonna take inevitably more dead troops. If you reinforce your buildings properly, there is no way you're gonna lose that.
Amen, brother. Amen. We've been saying the whole time. That's what we're saying right there. Totally agree. Yep. All right, let me see. Discord crash, Saudi. All right, Riri, do you have any hobbies that you... Well, she asked where does... we won't ask that because that's a little personal for the work. Favorite people in Rise of Kingdoms, and do you have any hobbies?
Yes, I do have hobbies. I like to do inline skating, and I like running. As you know, I cannot tell you exactly where I work, but as I told you, I'm a classical musician, so I work mostly in orchestras all over Europe, also in the States sometimes. And favorite people in rock? This is a tough question. dropped a bomb here. I do have a lot of people who I respect. I've built up some very good connections in this past almost 3 years playing the game, 2.5 years. I'm playing with DB, aka Ghost Rider 1982 in the chat from the very beginning of the game, with Laudy, of course. Hey Gecko, thank you for dropping the dream, of course. I know Gecko from Laudy. And also the new members that joined the Alliance very recently, Lambo, Doctor Strange, and DR4, the officers in my alliance, Osana, there is my buddy, Professor. There are many people. I'm for sure getting somebody, but I really loved spending every single minute planning with them, playing with them, having fun, hanging out in Discord. It was all worth it.
Hey, that's at the end of the day, guys, that's what we always say. We're all here for the same game. We're here to have fun, meet some people. I know trolling and doing all that kind of stuff is fun every now and then, but just remember, guys, we're all here to enjoy, have a good time. So I'm excited that to hear you say that, all that kind of stuff. And yeah, man. Let me see. What instruments do you play? There you go. Yeah, what instruments do you play?
I'm a clarinet player. I do play the piano because I started with piano. And yeah, that's it. I mean, I play mostly clarinet. I do play a little bit of piano, but as you know, when you practice one instrument, it's already a lot.
So when are we gonna have the John Wick concert? We can charge it. We can charge admission. I'm just kidding.
Not sure about that.
I'm just kidding. All right. Countries you visited and countries that you want to visit.
Oh, I mean, being a musician allows you to play concert in lots of places. I visit mostly Europe. I mean, I've been all over Europe, so Italy, France, Germany, Austria, Spain, Portugal, all the Scandinavia, Romania. Then I've been to US. I've never been to Asia, honestly, and I would really love to visit Japan and Thailand as well.
Nice. Okay.
I think I visited something around 35, 40 countries.
Love it. I love it. All right. So this is a spin-off of that question. What's the most beautiful location that you've ever been to?
I mean, I'm from the south of Italy and I live very close to the Amalfitane coast.
Okay.
And I cannot say there is a place more special and beautiful than the Amalfitane coast. For me, the Amalfitane coast is the 8th wonder of the world. If you have never been there, I suggest you, after this pandemic ends, hopefully very soon, you just go there and enjoy. But also, I've loved Scandinavia so much. I've been in the very, very north of Norway in a place called Røros. Mm-hmm. It's a very small city, very, very close to the Arctic Circle, and I've been able to see the aurora, boreal aurora. I don't know how is it English. Did I say it correctly?
That's close.
Yeah,
that's good. I think most people know what you're talking about. That's awesome.
Yeah,
I've always wanted to see stuff like that, and it's just like the garden, the insane nature center in which airport is it? I think it's in. Is it Tokyo? I forgot which airport. There's an airport that has like a built-in sky bridge that has like a nature center and garden and all. It's insane. I think it's in Japan somewhere, but there's some insane locations that we want to go to. Italy's for sure one, but that's one of those, like, I told my wife, like, that's our like once in a lifetime type trip where if I'm gonna go, it's gonna be like 3 weeks, 4 weeks, where we're spending a lot of time there. And even that, shoot, I could probably spend 3 weeks in Rome and still not see everything that I want to see. So it's, well, we're gonna figure it out, but Italy's definitely one of the spots that 100% I want to go see, because
I
that's
really do suggest people to visit Italy, starting from the north and then going all the way to the south, or doing the opposite. Maybe you can fly to Palermo, maybe in Sicily, and you go up, you visit Calabria, and then you go to Salerno, Napoli, Rome, then you go up Florence, and you go Bologna, then you go Milan, Torino,
see,
and then you fly back.
All I hear is my wife in my head right now saying, "Oh yeah," saying to all, because that's where all like the fashion capitals of the world are. So I know that trip I'll be spending so much time in all these Louboutin stores, and we're gonna be spending so much.
That's in
money.
Paris, though.
Well, no, I just mean like in Milan and all. Like they have a lot of their corporate, like the big, like
probably,
they're starting, in there. So that's why I'm saying. But Paris is definitely the fashion capital in that regard. But I just mean store wise.
Yeah.
So Gecko,
I've lived in Paris for almost a year.
Ooh.
Yeah, it's awesome.
Gecko said you're talking about the Singapore's airport, Bulba. Okay, good. Yeah, I know there was one airport
nice
that I want to go see. The airport's just insane. Yeah, come visit my country. Hey. So, all right, fam. I think we're gonna conclude this episode 1 of Raiders of the ARK. I thought it was only right that we start with John Wick himself, ladies and gents, because guys, he's a legend in the scene. You know, if you don't know him now, I feel like you know a lot more about him. I feel like it's really cool. And yeah, we're gonna be dual casting tomorrow the Snow versus SFS match. So we look forward to seeing y'all guys if you're gonna be here. And yeah, guys. So without further ado, I'm gonna go ahead and let Mr. John Wick go. If there's anything you'd like to say to the viewers, to your alliance mates, anything, the floor is yours.
I just want to thank you for the opportunity to be here, for the nice interview, for the 90 minutes we spent together, and I would also like to thank all the people in the chat that interacted with us. I appreciate that you spent some of your time to be here with us today, and of course I wish you all the best for your channel. You make good content, and I really see you growing in the next future, so good luck with that.
Thank you, I appreciate it, brother. Thank you again, and man, I'm excited for tomorrow, man. I hope you're ready. Bring your beers. Bring your beers and your pizza.
Yeah, I'll bring a couple beers.
Yeah, there you go. All right, buddy. We'll see you soon. We'll see you tomorrow.
Ciao.
All right.
Have a nice one.
You too. All right, ladies and gentlemen. I hope y'all enjoyed that. It's a concept that I've been thinking about for a very long time, doing this kind of stuff. Because I know that we see the players in one aspect of the game where it's just like John, he's a great arc runner, runs on the mid game, all that kind of, but I feel like this takes it to the other level where you get to interact with them. And some of the players that we're going to be talking with, a lot of y'all may never have interacted with them at all. So it gives y'all kind of behind the scenes of who they are, what they like to do, all that kind of stuff. And I feel like that brings more dynamic to the game, because then it makes Osiris League bigger than what it actually is. So I hope y'all enjoyed it, guys. I think I'm going to end up, I kind of want to conclude at this point. I do have other events and stuff that I need to do. I just don't want to make the video longer than what it needs to. That way we can keep it kind of concise. But yeah, guys, thank y'all for the amazing questions. Thank y'all for being absolutely thick burritos. Let me scroll up real quick and thank everybody all the new members that we got. I actually need to go look real quick. Give me 1 second, guys. I'm going to go look. I think we might actually be 1 member off from unlocking the next emoji. So give me 1 second. Let me see real quick. Because y'all were absolute units today, guys. Let me see. We're at 15 members. What? All right, we have the next emoji. The next emoji. Give me 1 second, guys. I'm gonna go download it so that we can start popping it at the end of the stream. For those of you all that are members to the channel. We just hit 15 members. Y'all are insane. And don't forget, guys, if you are a member, if you're on our Discord, connect your YouTube and your Discord together, so that it unlocks the separate channels, and you can get the tag added for the YouTube member, because we do have the discount codes for the merch store, and wink wink, we might actually have some surprises coming for the Thick Burrito gang. So just giving y'all an FYI on that one. My order should be coming in fairly soon, so wink wink. All right, let me see. Emojis, where are you at? I need to find... Let me turn it up a little bit. Arrived late. Well, next time I make it. Thanks for the streams. Hey, no worries. Yeah, I'm gonna try to make this a weekly thing. That way we're doing it, but I need to line people up. I'm hoping to get somebody from either BBTH or Eve next week, because I wanna do our home kingdom, and then we're gonna expand out. I already know I want to do one AVG. I want to do Rose, JWM if they would like to do it as well. I want to get those top echelon teams and start getting that, and then from there we're gonna expand on it. Let's see, I'm gonna follow the series more. Thanks, Bulba. You're very welcome. Thank you, Wick, for letting meet the man behind the myth. Yes. All right, let me see if I can find this thing real quick, guys. Let me see. YouTube emojis. I think it's this one. Yeah. PNGs. 28. Boom. The one that we are missing is the Fuego one, right? The Fuego. See, guys, y'all have absolutely crushed it. The Fuego one is my last emoji that I have made. So now I need to go and I need to start getting more built out, because I believe at 20 we unlock another one. Let's see. Let me download this bad boy. Give me 1 second, guys. Let me just get this in for y'all. Oh, there it is. That's the emoji. It's gonna be the Fuego emoji, baby. Fuego. Let's see, edit. Let's add this bad boy. Emojis. Add another. Fuego. Select image. It's gonna be, where you at, Fuego? Fuego. There you go. Open. Save and publish. I might have to refresh the chat window, but it should pop up. Alright, let's see. Let's close that thing. Close that. Let's make that smaller again. It should be, if you don't see it, guys, in your members, just refresh the stream real quick, and then it should pop up for you. I'm going to do that real quick. That way I can pop it for y'all. That. Close that. Pop the chat out. Let's do that. And then we are gonna pop it. Yeah, there you go. H-Town. H-Town knows where it's at. There you go. Let's do it. Fuego. Fuego. Boom. 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 Yeah, everybody spam it. There you go, baby. That's what we're gonna be looking for tomorrow. That's the whole point. We're gonna start spamming. And when certain things happen, guys, when ARK captures happen, when woodshed, we have the woodshed when people get clapped on the map. We're going to have specifics for everything else. I'm planning on making a cheers emoji where like two beers are clanking. Our H-Town emoji is going to be one we're working on. The wifey wants one where she's like pulling the rug out from underneath me. So we're going to be working on a bunch of other ones, guys. Hopefully y'all are enjoying them. Be able to use them. I will start adding them onto the Discord, guys. It just takes a little bit more time because I have to do a bunch of stuff to keep them locked down. But if you have them connected and you're on our Discord, it only works on our Discord, and you have your YouTube and your Discord connected, you will have the option for those emojis to pop in. And if you don't know how to do that and you're on our Discord already, there's a sync to YouTube channel that just goes there and then it explains how to do it. So hopefully y'all enjoyed it, fam. Tomorrow, I'm excited. Don't forget, we're going to be dual casting with John Wick himself. Should be absolutely a ball. I'm going to have a lot of fun with it. We are going to be doing another stream tonight. We're going to be playing some Call of Duty. So if you do have the new Call of Duty, guys, and want to come and hang out, then come hang out. Let us know on Discord, and then we will go from there, guys. All right. Well, guys, thank y'all so much. If y'all do like the content, make sure you share it with your friends. We are continuously growing the channel, and I look forward to seeing y'all again. If you haven't subscribed, we'd love to have your subscription today. We'd love to earn it. Drop a like on the video before y'all head out, ladies and gentlemen. And if y'all enjoyed our community, definitely hop on our Discord. I will post the link in the chat. There you go. In the chat right there. Hop on it. Say hi. I'm on it all the time, fam. I'm probably insanely on all the time. So say hi to us. Invite your friends. Do all that kind of stuff. We are going to be running some new contest stuff, exclusives for our burrito gang soon enough. So I hopefully y'all enjoy it. The new stickers came in as well. So we got that big Frenchie, because for those of y'all who don't know the story about Bulba, Bulbasaur is our Frenchie. So Bulbaritos, that's where you get that. We're tying our culture with our love for Pokemon and all things like that. And that's where the Bulbarito name comes from. So ladies and gentlemen, like I always say in exiting, I am Anthony with the Bulbaritos. Let me turn this off. I am Anthony with the Bulbaritos, ladies and gentlemen. And I will see you all either tonight or tomorrow on the cast, guys. Y'all have a great day, and I will see y'all soon. Bulbaritos out.